Hey everyone, I'm back with another update. In this episode, I'll cover Nigeria's attack on Christianity, illegal immigration related news and anti ICE activity, and updates related to today's elections. President Trump announced that if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the United States will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria, and he ordered the Department of War to prepare for attack if the Islamists don't stop at once. Trump said if the United States is forced to attack, it will be fast and vicious, and War Secretary Pete Hegseth confirmed the U.S. military is actively preparing to carry out this attack if necessary. When asked if the attack would involve boots on the ground and/or airstrikes, Trump remained vague on intentions, as he should, explaining that Christians are being killed in very large numbers and his administration is not going to allow that to continue happening. After publicly thanking President Trump for protecting Christians, Nicki Minaj was invited to meet with Ambassador Mike Waltz in New York to discuss defending Christianity worldwide. On to illegal immigration related news and anti ICE activity. Border Czar Tom Homan revealed that President Trump is bringing on 10,000 new agents to round up and deport illegal aliens, and Homan sent a message to Democrat officials saying assaults against ICE agents are so high because of Democrat governors and mayors. They attack them as racists and Nazis when really they're arresting public safety threats to make communities safer. President Trump posted a video that explains how Gavin Newsom steals elections in California by letting illegals vote. In the video, a sheriff explains that if you're able to register and cast a vote, you don't have to live in the country, and they found people who did just that. The sheriff also said that anybody can put information in the system and register to vote, then all you have to do is click a box and confirm you're not lying, and then you get mailed a ballot. Chicago has been active as ever, with federal agents rounding up illegal aliens on Halloween, while Governor Pritzker handed out Mexican candy to migrant communities. Illinois Democrats voted to give taxpayer dollars to illegal aliens and raise electric bills on citizens because, let's be real, those in charge of Illinois don't give a crap about their illegal citizens. If they did, they wouldn't actively fight cracking down on crime in the city. Of course, there's still activity outside the ICE facility in Broadview, and Illinois State Police had to declare unlawful assembly. Let's switch to some updates related to today's elections. As for the New York City mayoral race, it's now been proven that illegals are being instructed to vote for Democrats by nonprofit officials. In a video that has been released, an official asks a person if they're registered and then instructs them to vote for the guy with the M for Mamdani. New York Governor Kathy Hochul admitted that Zohran Mamdani can't physically fund the communist programs because she won't allow taxes to increase on the rich, and a Democrat in New York City has been caught illegally campaigning for Mamdani, handing out cards outside a voting location that does not allow electioneering. As for the Virginia race, Jay Jones, the Virginia Attorney General candidate who called for the murder of Republicans and their children and doubled down on that belief, was cheered on at an Obama rally with gubernatorial candidate Abigail Spanberger. Does anyone need any more proof that a large population of the Democrat Party wants Republicans dead? Also in Virginia, it has been exposed that Democrat lawmakers are ignoring state law by trying to draw in more Democrat seats for the 2026 Virginia congressional election. Jason Miaris explains, Virginia law says that you have to post 90 days at a courthouse prior to an election. That obviously was not done. President Trump encouraged Pennsylvania voters to vote no for 3 Democrat Supreme Court justices because they let sex offenders out of prison and don't protect their citizens for various reasons. And he encouraged Virginia and New Jersey to vote Republican to reduce crime and avoid doubling energy costs. Trump will be doing tele-rallies for New Jersey and Virginia, so I expect we'll hear much more about this soon. Now it's time for the noteworthy tidbits, which are brought to you today by Big Fork Brands. Let me tell you about them quick. Sometimes I get on a roll cleaning or gardening, and I need a boost but don't have time for a meal. Big Fork Brand's pork jerky is the perfect choice to keep my momentum, offering high-protein snacks for on-the-go energy boosts. Not only do they offer pork jerky, but they also make pork sticks, bacon sausage, bacon hot dogs, and burger and hot dog sauces. Products come in a variety of delicious flavors, including Thai green curry and maple and brown sugar for the meat options, and gangster and Chicago fire for the sauces. I personally think the original flavor of the pork jerky hits just right after tackling a big chore. It's a little salty and very flavorful. My discount code gives you 20% off your entire order, and it's currently the best deal available. Just visit bigforkbrands.com and enter in my promo code JADE, that's JADE, at checkout. All right, let's get back to the tidbits. President Trump again urged Senate Republicans to terminate the filibuster, and Senator Ted Cruz learned that Democrats will wait until after the election to reopen the government because they think the shutdown is good for energizing Democrat voters. Senator Eric Schmidt demanded Watergate-style hearings on Judge Boasberg and Jack Smith for spying on Republican members of Congress and conservative organizations. He also demanded criminal charges. CNN revealed that the errors in the 2020 census were almost always to the detriment of red states. After President Trump's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, War Secretary Pete Hegseth revealed major success was achieved, explaining that he and Admiral Dong agreed they should set up military-to-military channels to de-conflict and de-escalate any problems that arise, and more meetings are coming soon. With all the death threats they've received, Stephen Miller and other Trump officials are being pressured to relocate into military housing for their family's safety, both to avoid liberal protests at their homes and, more importantly, attempts on their lives. Conservatives are demanding the D.C. National Guard be given greater authority to crowd control riots and make arrests after youths attempted a takeover of multiple areas and started fights with National Guardsmen. The president of Syria will be traveling to Washington, D.C. on November 10th to meet with President Trump at the White House, which will be the first time a Syrian president has ever visited the White House. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis secured the rescue of 28 Floridians from the Category 5 hurricane that impacted Jamaica. President Trump endorsed several people for re-election, including Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, and Representatives Mike Kelly, Michael Guest, Marionette Miller Meeks, Pat Fallon, Trent Kelly, Blake Moore, Celeste Malloy, Mike Kennedy, Burgess Owens, Brett Guthrie, Hal Rogers, James Comer, Steve Womack, Rick Crawford, Bruce Westerman, French Hill, Mike Rogers, Robert Adderholt, Dale Strong, Gary Palmer, Jody Arrington, and Pete Sessions. The deputy director to Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey has been fired and arrested after ordering 8 grams of cocaine to the state office building. The Supreme Court will soon be deciding on whether to strike down President Trump's sweeping tariffs in a landmark decision. When President Trump was asked during his 60 Minutes interview if the indictments of John Bolton, James Comey, and Letitia James are political retribution, Trump pointed out that he was also indicted and that he was innocent. Trump also confirmed Russia and China are testing nuclear weapons, so now the United States will do the same. That's all I have for today. I'll be back with another update soon. Until then, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast, and follow me on Instagram and X at Shades of Jade Pod. Thank you for listening and have a great day.